This week
on Turd Talks.
Chicken lettuce under bacon. I'm empty inside and I don't have a destiny or a fortune.
It's just how it goes.
Anyway, I was starving, so I had to go home.
People talk about megalodons now. I remember being like, even learning about them when I was younger and just going like, well, and everything that was written was like, we're assuming they're extinct.
1,100 men went in the water. Vessel went down 12 minutes.
Show me the way to go home.
I'm tired and I want to go to bed. Welcome back to another episode of Turd Talks.
Yeah.
It's a special episode today because we have marine biologist, shark expert, Maven, and my cousin, Wendy, joining us later on the cast to talk about marine life and mostly sharks because that's the coolest shit in the ocean.
I'm so excited.
It's been a strange week, wouldn't you say?
Yes. Yeah.
The cat's pissed on my favorite chair.
Yeah.
And then I attempted to clean the said chair. We moved another chair in the spot of that chair, and then they pissed on that chair. So we lost 2 good chairs this week.
So bad.
R.I.P. chairs.
Yeah. We'll never forget you.
But later, we come to find out that one of our cats, we think, has a urinary tract infection. So we've been dealing with that. He's all good now.
Yeah.
But that was rough for a few days.
It was a doozy.
He was pissing all over everything.
It was so bad. I think I just permanently smell cat pee now.
It's just in your nose
It's
forever.
like everywhere I go.
You were earlier like, I smell pee, and I did a smell check on everything. I could not find piss anywhere.
I
so
cracked open a can of Celsius and I was like,
that smells
pee?
like piss.
Debatable. Yeah.
So that was one not so fun thing this week. But, at least I only yelled at him the one time.
Yeah.
The first time he pissed, I screamed at him. But then once I realized that something was off with him, we were like, okay.
We were confused. Yeah.
Yeah.
At first, I thought he was looking at me right in the eyes as he's like,
he kind of he froze.
Yeah.
In time. And then you thought something was really wrong. You're like, he's having a seizure. He's dying.
Yeah.
Your mind went right to the bad stuff. And I was like, no, he's fine. He's just taking a bad shit or something.
Well,
and
he was frozen in time for like 3 minutes. I've never seen an
animal
do that in my life. I was like, this is a stroke for sure. Oh my God. It was the worst 3 minutes of my life.
We should have set a timer on that because he was just like
and you were like
popsicle.
Getting treats and stuff and he didn't even move. That's when I was
yeah.
like, holy shit. It was, this is fucked up.
If you're a cat person, you know about this because weird shit like this is happening all the time with them. They're just not normal fucking creatures.
No.
They're not normal.
Horrible.
All right. This isn't for this week, but this is something interesting that I found out this week.
Yeah.
Did you know that the club sandwich, club, actually stands for something? It's an acronym.
No.
Chicken, lettuce, under bacon.
I didn't know this.
Blew my fucking mind. I mean,
I love it.
I've been eating the club sandwich for years.
I feel like that's great. I just wish more club sandwiches came with chicken, I guess.
Yeah. What do they normally come with?
I feel like turkey and ham.
Oh.
Maybe nowadays. I don't know.
Maybe that's wrong.
Maybe I'm totally wrong.
Chicken, lettuce, under bacon.
Under bun is what I heard.
Under
bacon. Okay, I'm sorry. That sounds amazing to me. Sounds way...
It makes sense.
Yeah.
It's an acronym that, I always thought that it was just like a sandwich that you ate at the club when you were out at the club.
Right? Yeah.
Having a round of golf.
Yeah.
It was like a kind of a fancier sandwich.
Maybe I'm mixing it up with a BLT or something.
Bacon, lettuce, tomato.
Right. Another acronym sandwich.
Yeah.
PBJ.
I can't think of any other. But
Yeah.
normally a food is named after the person who invents the food.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's true.
Or it's named after the town where it was.
Yeah, that's so true. That's so true.
What's the Ramsey thing?
The Florentine?
No, it's like a big brick with beef in it. The beef Wellington.
Beef Wellington.
Hey, beef Wellington. you. It's from Wellington. It's
Yeah. That's really cool. I mean, I just was thinking about, isn't there like a Monte Cristo sandwich or something?
You know where that's from.
Exactly.
Monte Cristo.
Yeah, like how fun. I saw once actually they had Naples Milano cookies at the store for like a year.
Naples, Italy, or Naples, Florida?
Naples, Florida. They were like
What?
they were seashell shaped. I used to show you them at the store and you were like,
I
that's
think
gross.
I think we bought them.
Because
I think we bought them one time,
they
didn't
were
we?
orange flavored. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was my jam, orange and chocolate. And you were like, that's fucked.
Not my favorite combination.
Yeah. But it was cool.
It was cool.
Yeah. We had a
Milano.
cookie.
Shout out to Milano. Thanks for including Naples, Florida. Nobody ever includes Naples in anything.
Seems like more and more we are.
Yep. It still kind of blows my mind that we were ever on the top 5 or 10 list for happiest places to move to in the United States.
Insane, isn't it?
Who the fuck were they asking? Where were they getting that information?
My mind went to a dark place. Yeah.
This is
wrong people.
Naples is some of the angriest, meanest old sons of bitches you're ever going to come across.
Right?
Nobody waves. No one says hi. It's like no southern charm or hospitality. So
No.
I don't know how the fuck we made that list.
The
Also,
people
the
are-
beaches. It's like top beaches in the world. I love our beaches.
Mm-hmm.
It's you can't compare it to the other coast because we have the mangrove
So different.
and
The sand's better. The shells are better. I don't know. I'm very
on our coast or their coast.
on ours.
On ours.
Yeah.
So you're a West Coast. West Coaster.
Absolutely. You want the waves and the sharks
Yes.
and the
Yes.
Okay.
You can surf over there. The water's blue. You can actually see shit like when you're on the boat. You can actually see the bottom. Like
But they have that
The
chunky,
golf.
gritty sand. I don't like it. It's
yeah,
like almost made out of shells completely all the time.
we do have some good sand.
I love it. It's probably because we like
It's
bought
that
it.
like it looks. Yeah, we imported the sand,
yeah.
dredged it from under the bottom of the sea floor and brought it in.
Yeah. It's the nice sand.
That's true.
Yeah.
I know at least in Marco, whenever because they got all those multi-million-dollar homes.
Yeah.
Whenever the hurricanes would come or a large storm would start to erode the beach away, they'd just be like, bring in the fucking sand.
Come
and
on.
trucks upon trucks would
Yeah.
just be beep, beep, and they'd lay out piles of sand and they'd smooth it out. And they're like, well, there's the beach again.
I'm grateful.
Yeah.
It's nice. But I mean,
It's fake sand.
I am jealous of the fact that like they get to really party on the beach on the other coast, you know?
Yeah.
They don't
They
even
can-
really
they can
allow
have
many
their
restaurants
dogs.
here and like, yeah.
On the beach. They can drink on the beach.
Can you drive on the beach there?
No.
You could do that in Texas.
Wow.
It was cool. Going there with my family. Yeah,
That
you
is-
just take the car right on the beach.
Pretty cool.
But there's also like toilet lids and stuff like washing up from the oil rigs because they're allowed to just like throw anything.
Bodies,
Yes.
tires,
Anything.
and whatever. Yeah.
Oil.
Oil.
It's pretty funny.
What else? Oh yeah, so I had a fortune cookie this week with no fortune in it.
Bruh.
Didn't really know what to make of it,
Yeah.
and I didn't eat a second fortune cookie.
You just took it as it was.
I just thought I make my own fortune.
Yeah. That's a positive way of looking at it.
Thank you.
I like that. I kind
Thank
of
you very much.
at first I was like, "Oh no, is this like a Final Destination thing?" Like
That's where I kind of my mind went first, as I was like, "Oh shit, I'm empty inside, and I don't have a destiny or a fortune."
oh my god.
And you know what else? I looked to see if maybe there was a crack or like a hole that the fortune could have
Fell
maybe
out.
slipped out of. No.
I've seen this happen so often recently. It's like there's someone just fucking with people there now. He's like, every fifth one, I'm not putting one in.
Half the fortunes aren't even fortunes anymore.
No,
suck.
they're like written by Chat GPT. They don't make any fucking sense.
But to get none hurt my feelings a little bit.
I know. That's terrible.
Yes. Oh, speaking of club and bacon,
Tell me.
you were this week, maybe it was last week, I was cooking brekkie and I didn't have a shirt on.
Oh. Yeah.
And I flipped over a pancake and the butter grease splattered all over my belly. And I still have fucking, like, I look like I have a rash.
Yeah. Look like the 10,000 islands on your stomach.
Yeah. So, lesson learned, don't cook without a shirt on.
No.
Especially if you're doing some of this action.
You're done for.
If you got a steak, you got a pancake, anything that needs a flip, an aggressive flip, gotta wear a shirt.
Dude, yeah. Belly skin, titty skin. It's too precious to be burnt like
belly
that.
skin hurts.
Mm-hmm. No, thank you.
Yeah.
It's like you got branded or something.
Yeah, branded by bacon
Bacon.
grease.
Yeah.
Butter brand. I got butter branded.
Yum.
Anyway, it's healing up nicely, and I've been making pancakes. I didn't quit. I didn't give up.
Yeah.
I still made pancakes
And they were
a couple days later.
They looked really good.
Thank you. Next up, moving along, we went on a weed hunt
Yes.
this week.
Yes.
There was some account, some Instagram thing that you follow,
Yeah.
and I don't know what possessed us. Oh, yeah, because you said the week before that you knew once they posted. Sorry, I'll go back. I'm not explaining this well. So they do a thing. It's a weed company.
Yes.
It's a marijuana company.
Yes. A legal marijuana company.
And they do giveaways where they take cool shit, they weed, dabs, pre-rolls, fucking edibles.
T-shirts.
They put it in they put it in a big old bag.
Yeah.
And they leave it somewhere in town.
Yes.
And they post it, and they say it's a very vague picture,
Right.
so you don't get a lot of information.
But you could know if you've been there a lot. You would know the place.
If you know Naples,
Yeah.
and you know Naples
Yeah.
very
I really
well,
do.
born and raised,
Yeah.
Naples girl. So they posted one last week, and you were like, I knew where it was.
Oh, I could have been there in 15 minutes. Yeah. Instantly. Like,
so that got me excited, and I was like, on the next one, we're gonna fucking be way ahead of the curve, and we're gonna be the first ones there, and we're gonna find that shit.
yeah.
Because what's cooler than free weed? Nothing.
Nothing. And a scavenger hunt?
Yes,
Dude, fuck.
I love a good scavenger.
It's so
hunt.
cool.
Yeah. So the guy, it's getting later at night, and the guy's posting, right?
Yeah, he's like, it's coming up soon, guys. Get ready.
Between this time and that time, it's
Yeah.
going to be coming up. So we're already stoned, sitting on the couch, and I'm like, let's go right now.
Yeah. It shocked me, honestly. Like, you were instantly like, we must go. Like, something came over you. It was, like, insane.
I wanted to be, if we're going to be the first ones there, we had to be the first ones there.
Right.
Can't
But-
half-ass this thing. If we're going to fucking be treasure hunters, we got to go all in. So I was like, this was my thinking. I was like, let's fucking go, and we'll go to, like, the center of town.
Right. Because Naples is so annoying. Like, there's
It's
so many directions, and it can take a long time to go from one end of town to another.
And her theory was it's not going to be near
The beach.
where the last one was posted.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So we decided we were just going to go to sort of the middle of town and just kind of drive around.
Yeah, we were like ready to take a turn at any moment once I had the next clue.
There was even a picture in the clue thing where it was a parking lot that you recognized. So we went to that parking lot.
Yeah, thinking that maybe that was like a pre-clue.
Yeah.
Not, you know.
It wasn't.
It wasn't, but
Fake
At least I knew where that spot was.
Long story short,
An hour goes by.
we wait for a long fucking time, and I had taken edibles, and that it started to hit me like hard as we're in the car.
Yes. Oh my God, I forgot that we did that. Yeah,
And
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
getting tired, and I'm just like, man, this is bullshit.
Greening out,
I
yeah.
started out so excited and so fucking ready
I know.
to go find this weed. And after about an hour and a half, I was like, fuck this. Let's go home. So we left, pulled in the driveway. Within 5 minutes of getting home, you call out, oh, they posted it.
Yep.
And it was at a Publix.
A Publix.
In the shopping carts outside. There was a row of shopping carts, and they just shoved it into one of them.
And now I'm going to let everybody know, like, there's probably like 15 Publixes in Naples, like, at least.
There's a lot.
Like, there's so many. So that was not okay.
So after this major disappointment, what do we decide to do? We start go on our phones, both of us. We immediately start to look at Publixes.
We're like looking at the tile in the background of the image, like, okay, they're red tiles with like black grout. Okay, let's go on Google. Let's see which fucking Publix matches
We're
this.
cross-referencing.
Yeah, like it's getting
fucking
insane
Publixes.
all over town. Like I'm losing track of what Publix I've already looked at because there's so many goddamn fucking Publixes. I'm going
It was
left.
like
I'm
a
going
scene
right.
out of Minority Report where he's got the screen. And he's
It's
just
exactly
like
it. Yes, yes. Or we
Iron Man
we
shit.
should have had the accountant or something with us.
Yeah,
I love that movie.
Ben Affleck.
Yep.
And so we think we're like, it could be this one.
Yeah.
It's a maybe. It's close.
Right.
So we get back in the fucking car and we go there. I jump out, go to shopping carts, nothing there. It was not that one. Go home, very disappointed. Somebody else found it, and that was it.
Yeah. It was really fun, honestly, for the few hours it lasted. I had a great
It was
time.
fun to a point.
Yeah.
And then I was like, fuck this guy. Because it was way past the time he said he was going to post it.
Right.
So that was not
Typical
cool.
weed people, right?
Fucking stoners.
It's just how it goes.
Anyway, I was starving, so I had to go home.
Somebody got hangry.
Yeah. I got a little upset. My bedtime is pretty early these days, so I was getting grumpy and hungry.
But you still did a really good job, and it was really fun.
It was fun. We were just kind of driving around listening to crazy music.
Yeah. Like,
It was
okay,
a great time.
Let's bust a Yui here, and like, I feel like it might be over here, and we're...
One week
really
we're
funny.
going to get it.
We are, yeah.
Shout out to whoever the fuck.
I don't want to say their name because they are a legal company, but I'm pretty sure it's not legal to...
To do that?
Probably not.
Oh, well, then never mind.
Yeah.
Shout out to nobody.
Still my friend, though.
Yeah. I don't know about you, but I am sick of TikTok. It's gotten way out of hand with the weird shit.
Dude.
And I have Instagram. I have YouTube Reel. I have all of it. I have all the shit.
Yeah.
So I see the different formats.
Yes.
And TikTok is fucking weird. And the latest trend is that there's a video of a podcast, say, for instance, and then underneath it's a split screen, and then underneath is a car, like a video game car that's in the sky, like fucking Rainbow Road and Mario Kart, just doing all these little jumps.
Right. Like
And
a shitty app game.
Yeah. So you're watching this car just like jumping through the fucking sky as you're watching Tom Segura talk about how much he hates his wife. And this is a repost from somebody else. And I think it's just a ploy to so your brain's like, I don't know which one to fucking pay attention to.
Right? Because
So
I can't pay attention to only a podcast, so I have to watch
yeah.
a little car jump to actually get me to watch the video. Yeah, it's a little alarming.
Yeah.
Because short form video is already destroying brains. So you're telling me now they're going to put 2 videos on your screen at once, which is like...
Before, it was the split screen video, and it was somebody reacting to the video.
Right.
And being like... And that pissed me right off because you're just taking credit for somebody else's fucking video that they worked really hard on.
Yeah.
And you're reposting it, and people are like, 7 million fucking likes.
Yes.
Wow. For literally zero effort.
Yeah, that poor person initially, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
stealing all their thunder like that. Shame on you, TikTok people.
I just think more people should know that, like, the Chinese government literally created TikTok and sold a different form to the United States than what is used in China.
Yeah, Chinese TikTok looks nothing like our TikTok.
Absolutely
our
nothing
TikTok
like
was
it.
made to destroy and melt our brains.
And unfortunately, the
it's
children,
pretty obvious.
It's for kids. I mean, because in China, there is like no TikTok for kids, and if there is, it's like an hour a day max that they're even allowed to use it. And here they're putting like extreme adult content. Like the stuff that I see on there sometimes is fucking crazy.
Not that, any of the other platforms are that much better. But
No.
TikTok is just it's another level of strange for
And
me.
I notice a lot of just really negative themes constantly kind of circulating. Not exactly the most positive environment. You know what I mean? Like, it's interesting.
So we've been watching some great movies this week, as we always do.
Yes.
But can I tell everyone how you're like the biggest crier in movies that I've ever seen in my life?
Ever?
For sure.
Are you serious?
For sure.
Oh, man.
Hands down.
Oh, no.
I've seen you cry at a commercial.
Yeah.
So this week, I mean, girly stuff, I get it. You know,
Right.
heartbreak
Right.
stuff. You cry at the Notebook. Okay. You know me. I
Yeah.
love a good movie.
Things about animals,
dude,
you know.
Shawshank, I will cry
Oh,
every
my God.
time.
Green Mile got me.
I will
yeah,
fucking
of course,
cry
right?
every time. At the last scene when he meets him up on the beach. It's like, hey there, Andy Dufresne. It's me. I'll always have one single
I can
tear.
feel my
come
lower lip.
She's already gonna cry. So this week we were watching some like ridiculous 90s movies because
Yeah.
that's what we grew up with.
Some really fun shit.
One of them, I don't know if it's the 90s, but we watched Rat Race, which was a big movie when we were a kid.
Yeah. Oh, no.
And I look over and you're crying during Rat Race.
It was the end. Wait, hold on.
It was the end. It was,
But I also told you before we watched this movie, I was like, babe, I don't think you understand. Like, I saw this movie as a kid and it like changed me for life.
I think Rat Race, I don't know if it changed a lot of people's lives, but it was a popular movie. A lot of kids loved Rat Race.
But like, it was like,
See, look, you're
Hand
already
to
you're
God.
gonna cry right now. Just talking about Rat Race. Just talking about it.
I know, but it really moved me. Like, it fucked me up. I was like, there's so many deep meanings.
So let's explain the ending
Rat
scene real
Race.
quick. They're chasing down this bag of cash that's like in a hot air balloon.
Right.
They crash into a stage. Mm-hmm. They're fighting over it. The lights come on.
Yeah.
It's a Smash Mouth concert.
Right.
And they're trying to raise money for feeding children.
Yeah. Yep.
And the old man comes out and he's like, God bless you. I'm head of the Feed the Children Foundation, and I just want to say God bless you. And that's the moment when I look over, and you are both eyes like welled up. Smash Mouth. And I was just sitting there thinking like, wow, this is fucking ridiculous. This is just so silly. Like, what the fuck kind of world were we living in? And then I glance over, and you were having a real experience with Rat Race.
It was just, for me, it was like watching, the elderly people came up with all these like assumed orphan children.
That's
and I
where
was
they
like,
got you?
holy shit. Like back in 2001, like $2 million was a lot of money. All their lives are going to be changed. This is the most beautiful thing. Like
comedy.
I know.
It's a race. It's a race.
Am I going to win? I know.
I'm going to win.
I'm going to win. I don't know. It really fucked me up. I was like, look at Whoopi Goldberg, like changing her life and giving away that money. It got me.
It's really funny.
They're all just idiots, and they did the right thing. And when they're all like, they have that change, and I'm like, all right, guys, let's just do it. It really,
The Smash Mouth music playing in the background.
Especially.
Somebody once told me though.
I can't help it.
No, I wish I could feel that deeply, honestly. I wish I could just have a good cry. I wish I could just, like, you know how you see, Well, you know.
I
You just
do.
walk into a room and I'll be like, babe, what's going on? You're like, I'm just having a day. I just wish I could do that. You know,
Uh-huh.
and this.
Yeah, and like let it out.
I wish I could
Let it out.
just tap into it, but I've tried. Nothing comes out. I have to watch Shawshank. It's the only way.
Yeah.
Or stub the shit out of my toe or something.
Yeah.
And then maybe.
I, like you said, can watch a Tylenol commercial and let it rip.
So I think it's time for the news. Bam. This week, Baltzy Chems, the meme dog, has passed away. He brought us all so much joy and laughter. You know, that meme dog.
Yes.
The side eye.
That's really
You
sad.
know.
I know.
Baltzy.
Sorry. I didn't know what you
It's
said at
famous.
first, and I was like, what?
I think that's how you pronounce it, Baltzy.
That's really sad. I don't like hearing that.
Yeah.
That is not okay.
So, a couple moments of silence for Baltzy. And also, this week, the very popular I Show Speed, he's famous YouTuber, was, well, first, he's had a rough month. Last couple weeks ago, he was in the hospital because there was something fucking wrong with his eye.
Okay.
It looked like he got hit in the face bad.
Uh-huh.
And then he was in the hospital watching his feed, and his followers were going up, and he was getting all excited to go to 19 million followers.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden, they all trolled his ass, and everybody at the last second started unfollowing him.
Oh, my God. That's horrible.
So he was in the hospital, like, crying.
Oh. Shit.
Yeah.
Jesus.
And then, a couple weeks later, he was, I think, no, he wasn't still in the hospital, but, sorry, I just want to get this right. Oh, yeah, so he was live streaming, and he accidentally exposed himself.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know if he, like, jumped up in excitement, and his dick just popped out through his
my
boxers.
God. Dear Lord.
I don't know, but YouTube is not going to ban him because they said it was clear from his reaction
It was an accident.
that it was an accident.
Yikes.
And he did not mean to show his peen.
He did not mean
So he's
to
had a
show
rough
his
one.
peen. Yeah.
He still has 19 million followers, but I just thought that was funny.
What a strange
know,
month for that dude.
Yeah. And then the month before that, he was like meeting Ronaldo. Like his life has just been fucking all over the place.
Maybe it's time to take some time off.
Yeah. Shut it down.
Take a vacation.
I Show Speed.
Jesus.
Another strange story this week. The Sandra Bullock movie, you know.
I know. It's so weird.
The Blind Side.
The Blind
We
Side.
were blindsided.
We were
by the
blindsided.
movie The Blind Side.
What the fuck?
So the guy, former NFL star Michael O'Hare, filed a petition against they weren't even his parents because technically we found out they didn't even adopt him.
Dude. That's so dirty.
How the fuck did nobody check this before they decided to make a movie about it?
Somebody said they did.
And then, we did.
Yeah.
We adopted him.
Yep.
We did.
And then someone said, okay, we checked it.
But
Sounds
it was
good.
just a
And then
long-term conservatorship.
weird.
And then
That's
he
weird.
got like no fucking money from the movie.
It's really heartless and pretty bizarre that a family would just want to take ownership of a person for a short amount of time. Like, you know what I mean? It's just really sick and bizarre.
It is sick. Those people are sick.
It's really weird.
Fuck those people.
Yeah. Like, go get a dog. Do you know what I mean? Like,
No. Don't do that either.
I know. I don't know.
Turn it into Air Bud, and then they won't give him any of the profits.
Then he'll end up back at
They'll turn him into a show dog.
Lisa Vanderpump's dogs.
Yeah.
Something. Get him a good job.
Let's talk about Bobbi Althoff for a minute.
Yeah.
She's a YouTuber, podcaster that, if you haven't heard of her, she recently had like a massive rise to fame because first she did videos about like being a mom, and she started doing that in COVID. And then recently reached out to Drake just on a whim and said, would you like to do an interview? And the way she does it is they're like tucked into the bed, right? Like they're under the covers, kind of. And they do
or they're always kind of just like
under a
chilling on the
blanket.
couch or like
Yeah.
other sitting areas.
Yeah. But they're chilling under a blanket.
Oh, Drake was. Yeah.
And she has this very dry way of interviewing
Very, very.
where she kind of roasts them a little bit.
She acts like she doesn't even know who they are.
Yeah.
She's done quite a few
And it's
rappers now. It's really cool.
So after this happened, there was speculation that she and Drake had some beef because they unfollowed each other, and then the interview was taken down off YouTube,
Right.
off her account. And we still don't really know why. But then there was a rumor that she slept with Drake.
Mm-hmm.
And there was this whole thing with Dave Portnoy, and then she had to give him an official statement saying like, no, I didn't sleep with Drake.
Yeah, he admitted it was his fault, Dave Portnoy. Because he allowed people to spread bullshit on his podcast. I think it was on the BFF's podcast. And then he had to say, I'm really sorry. That was like really crummy of me and my people. It's pretty fucked.
It is. That's not cool.
Yeah.
Dave fucking Portnoy.
Strikes again. I almost felt like I don't know, fake. Do you know what I mean? You know how they were already saying she's planted, and then like the week that they're saying she's an industry plant, something weird and huge happens with her, Dave Portnoy, Drake. The same week that she's having an interview with like Lil Yachty and like all these other people, it was like getting bigger and bigger. It's kind of bizarre.
She was like a nobody 2 months ago.
Literally.
She's a plant.
Industry
Didn't she even
plant.
say that she was a plant?
That was the joke. That she was like, I don't know why people are saying this about me. I've been
Industry
doing
plant.
this. Yeah, you know what I mean? And then it's like, how are you? Because then she kept trying to prove all week on Instagram. She was like, look, I don't have any money. And like, they don't pay me to fly anywhere and blah, blah, blah. It was like really weird. She was like trying to prove how poor she was. It's all too bizarre for me.
Yeah. What the fuck is going on? But yeah, she said, I want to apologize for the way that Drake edited clip was put out. I ripped our media team apart for it. Never should have been released like that. I just said you didn't hook up. It was nothing at all till they edited it like that. What?
That's Dave Portnoy.
Yeah, and then he said, then you put that on your story because this is so unfair and so messed up. And then he said, that's what I'm apologizing for. I didn't personally put it up, didn't even know it was made. Our social team did, and I freaked out on them when I saw.
I don't know. It
Seems
sounds
fake.
Because to me,
and then the fact that this is like released as well, and that I can read the
Yeah,
text
shut the
messages
fuck
and
up.
stuff, like,
Yeah.
that's fucking weird.
yeah, I feel like 100% fake.
Yep. Good call on that one.
It's, he has a big brand. He's not just going to let weird stuff slide like that at this point. He's had so many.
Drake?
or Dave Portnoy, I mean, like he's had so many defamation lawsuits and all this stuff, but then now he's claiming all of a sudden there was this big mistake on his, show. I just don't believe that happens.
It's a good point. You make some good points. I like it. We're on to you, Dave. One bite. Everybody knows the rules.
Oh, don't even. I could go for some pizza right now.
Well, it's time for our special guest. Please welcome my cousin, marine biologist, Wendi. Woo! Yes. Welcome to Turd Talks, Wendi.
Hi.
So I wanted to get right into it with what's been going on with the ocean.
Oh boy, that's a broad statement. That's a broad statement because I could say so much, but the ocean's not doing well, but I'm sure that's not what you want to talk about.
Yes, it is.
Obviously the environment's getting a lot warmer and the ocean's having a struggle, but other than that, the ocean's still very, very diverse and exciting. So
once the coral's like bleached, what happens? What's like the next thing?
I mean, that's just the beginning, right? The coral bleaching is just the beginning. And this is still very broad. Like this is worldwide. And so the coral bleaching is just the beginning because those are the shallow waters of the world. And now we're seeing the deeper water getting warmer and warmer, which is a good segue because those deeper water now are getting warmer and warmer and warmer. Those animals that normally hang out in deeper, warmer water are now coming north. So that's why we're seeing a lot of sharks, large, and not just sharks. We all like upper in northern like Canada or just this continent in the northern part of the world. There's still a lot of sharks, but the big ones like the whites that everybody talks about, those don't really hang out here a lot. There is some in the East Coast, but now we're seeing them a lot more because of that deeper water.
Ooh, shit.
Which is a very, and to get serious, we can get serious and not serious, but like, which is a huge topic in research right now, which is a lot of what my division the government is sort of trying to figure out is the global effects on fish. Absolutely. It is like the hot topic, pun intended.
I like that.
Yeah.
So sharks, I mean, not a lot of people know this, but from the movie Jaws, which is the greatest shark movie of all time, hands down, that after that movie was made, people started killing sharks on a crazy scale because they were so terrified of the ocean. And Spielberg even said, like, I'm never making another Jaws movie because of what people.
Yeah, and no other Jaws past the first one, which I know was Spielberg. Like he would never do it. So every other Jaws was different and various directors, but Spielberg then switched to documentaries, which is why you'll see Spielberg doing a lot of documentaries.
Oh.
So sharks, like until pretty recently, were just not protected.
Yeah, and I mean that it's like kind of like such a long time ago, but it's a good way to look at it. Like you kind of have. And you don't even. It's funny that we're using a movie, but it exactly is that pinpoint. It's that movie in 1975. It came out. Nobody even knew sharks existed. They kind of did, but they kind of didn't. And then all of a sudden, once they realized a fear, it exploded, and people then made it their mission to kill them. And so we were seeing it. I mean, when I started with sharks, that's exactly where we started, where it's like people were just killing sharks left, right, and center, and they didn't even care what species or why. They'd leave them on the beach, that kind of stuff. And then all of a sudden, during my my career, and not just in my career, but all of a sudden people were like, yeah, let's protect them. And that's good. That's great. But now we're seeing the effects of really protecting them.
I remember on the beaches here in Florida when people, they'd be out there and all of a sudden they'd reel in a shark. They'd be like a 3 or 4 footer. As soon as they get it up on the beach, someone run over and just bash it on the head.
I mean, oh my God.
I mean, the great, I used to have it all when I worked in the Bahamas. People would call us up and be like, hey, we have a tiger shark up here and he's just hanging here if you want to come take a look, because they knew we worked on sharks, but they just, it wasn't even, they didn't even think of it as a bad thing. They were just like, and we went there and it was still alive, hanging there. And it was just like, they didn't, they were just, it's strange how they were treated, like they're such big animals, right? Yeah. And so important to the environment. But that's kind of changing, and that's good. That's really good.
So the other side of that coin is that now sharks are getting a little bit more, I would say, comfortable. Like I've been seeing way more videos of sharks attacking kayaks and boats, and the drone footage where the sharks are going right up to the people like on the beach. Yeah. And these are big sharks.
The funny thing is there's so many variables to that, right? And could be like, oh, they're getting comfortable, and you could say that as a statement, but there's so many things. Like you could say people are now videotaping them more and getting more. You can get drones up there, and because I used to know as a shark person that I knew sharks were milling about all over the place, and you can see it today. They'll mill about people all over the place, but won't be an attack for weeks and weeks and weeks. And so it's very variable. And then now people are filming it, so you get a lot of more footage, and they are getting more accustomed to humans because we try to fish for them. We put bait in the water. I mean, that's exactly what happened I don't know if you guys know about that famous shark attack that just happened. I can't remember the month. It was just a couple months ago in Egypt. And it was a Russian guy. He was like in his 20s. And it was all on video. Very, very, very graphic. But this tiger shark came in, and there's so many sides to the story, right? And you see the shark take him down, and then he just sort of plays with him, and then finally, like it's horrific. But then you hear later that's a resort area, right? And they used to chum for sharks there. They used to chum and bring sharks in that exact area, and so really swimming there wouldn't be such a good idea. So there's so many variables to all of it that. I'm not saying don't blame the sharks, because they are getting bigger and they're getting, more accustomed, but there's so many variables. People are to blame as well.
Yeah. I mean, the sharks were there first, to be fair.
Right.
I did not hear about that Russian guy. As soon as we're done, I'm going to look that up because I need to see that footage.
Yeah.
I warn you, it's very, very, it's very graphic. But still, it's good to see, because you should be aware. We all should be aware. And it's a big tiger. It's a very, very large tiger shark. They eventually kill it. But then you know what's funny is I think they stuffed it and put it in a museum.
What?
Absolutely weird.
It's just like the movie Jaws.
Do that in Jaws?
I think
I don't know. You see it at Universal Studios.
Yeah, that's right. It's hanging there. You can take a picture with it.
He's the real Jaws. Yep. He's there. I don't know. I think they just tore that shit down, sadly.
Did they really?
Yeah.
I know the Jaws ride. Yeah, they got rid of the ride. That was
the Jaws what?
The ride at Universal.
Oh, okay.
I know we must have went on that.
Oh, many times.
Yeah. We went on Jurassic Park. We went on Jaws.
There's many times, and it evolved throughout the years too, and it'd come up really kind of.
Yeah. Fire would come out of its mouth, and you're like, I didn't know a shark could breathe fucking fire. This is amazing.
It's a fucking dragon.
There was always like a boater that would come out. Hey, you guys need some help, and then the shark would take him down or something.
Yeah,
dude,
man, those are the good old days.
The live shows.
Classic.
Yeah, classic.
Yeah.
Classic shit. Yeah.
So the real question is, I've seen a lot of shit with that surfer guy, the bald guy, this bald surfer with Joe Rogan, who's also bald, and they were on his podcast talking about how megalodons very well could still exist and be swimming around the ocean. Do you think that's possible?
Well, if you just like logically think about people, like who said they were extinct in the first place? Like, I mean, and this isn't something that I've just because people talk about megalodons now. I remember being like even learning about them when I was younger and just going like, well, and everything that was written was like, we're assuming they're extinct. Like there's no evidence that they're extinct, and there is kind of evidence that they've been around. Like, there's a couple examples like throughout history, like there has been some talk that that book Moby Dick by Herman Melville. Some people attribute that sort of where it was sort of that image or that story was derived, that was a megalodon because the size was similar. And if you think about the size, like I think megalodons were thought to be like 18 meters long. And then, is that right? Yeah, 18 meters. And like a blue whale is 80. If you think about that, like that's so a megalodon size is within our realm. Like it's not that big.
Yeah.
Like it's way smaller than a blue whale.
Huh.
So people being like megalodon, it's just the word megalodon.
Yeah, right?
It says about 33 and a half feet was a megalodon.
Sorry, yeah.
Which, yeah, Canadian. We do have things in feet. We don't know meters over here.
No, I have to literally look at my feet and count them. Sorry.
We don't know meters and metrics.
No.
But, yeah, that's...
I think it's in Jewish mythology, isn't it? Like Leviathan is like thought of as like these mythical creatures and all. And there's many images of like megalodon type creatures, And it's like, they're deep water sharks. We've never explored that. So why would we come across them? But maybe we're gonna start. Who knows?
Yeah.
Fuck. Yeah.
Fuck. The world seems like it's getting smaller and smaller.
Yeah.
I would fucking lose my mind. I would never go in the ocean again if I found out that there were fucking megalodons swimming around in there. Hell no.
I would do it.
Nope. As a kid, remember we used to go way out, like miles out and jump out, no fear. I would never do that today.
Really?
No.
I think the more knowledge I get, the more I won't do it either. Like
I've seen too much shit.
murky water, nope. When I'm in Florida and the water's like, nope.
That water's black. You cannot even see your own dick when you're in the water. Like it is, there's nothing.
I never think about it. Never crosses my mind.
That's bliss.
Yeah.
I remember one time, and I've told him this story, but I think he was there. I'm positive he was there, but I just remember because we were all on the boat and we were out we just drove the boat out, the four, or so it was like it was his parents or Caleb's parents, and then Caleb and his sister and me. We all jumped out of the water, got in the water, and it was looking a little murky, but at that point, even I still wasn't. I was working with sharks at that point, and I was just like, oh, no big deal. Well, we're in the middle of the water. It's no fucking, yeah. And I'm not saying for sure, but then all of a sudden, right behind Jack, I saw a fin. And at first I was like, is that a dolphin? Because dolphins go, I wonder if I can do this on camera. Oh, I don't know if I can do this, but dolphins sort of go up and over, right? Where sharks will go cross. And it kind of, I don't know, it was kind of a mixture of both. And then I got bumped. And then I was like, okay. And I remember being like, okay, I think we should get out of the water.
Dolphins don't do that.
No,
It scared the shit out of me.
Ooh.
And everybody's like, why? We're having so much fun. Jack, get out of the water.
Get the fuck out of the water. Man.
It could have been a dolphin. I don't know, man. Dolphins don't bump you.
I mean, we've had some close encounters with sharks. I have seen some big sharks, and they're honestly about 10 feet from where the beach meets the water. Yeah. They're just right.
Because they're eating all those fish in that area.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I saw a big, what I think it was a hammerhead, swim right by where Logan was standing. He had no fucking clue.
Push Logan and run.
Yeah. So it's so you think that megalodons could really be out there?
I have no reason to believe they wouldn't be. I mean, to me, I'm such a logical researcher and scientist that I think that to me, it's not just, I don't think like people on social media where I'm just like, I believe megalodons are out there. I think about it as if there's, about the facts and out there, and if there's no facts against it, as long as they have a prey source that they can actually eat and sustain themselves on, and they have enough mates to like reproduce, there could be just a handful of them, or there could be, that could be increasing. I don't know, but I wouldn't say that they don't exist. There's more proof that they do exist than they don't exist, is what I'm trying to say.
I've been told that we know less about the ocean than we do about space. Is that true?
Oh, absolutely. Like, if the world was flipped upside down and the ocean topography was on land, or sorry, above land, and the mountains would be unreal. Like the valleys, it's so drastically different and large and deep and vast. And I'm not even like that. We don't know anything, and we're just starting to do stuff with submarines, but obviously submarines they need some more research.
Yeah, I would say so.
We don't use carbon fiber.
Yeah.
But speaking of the submarines, I saw a video where they did a sub dive and it looked like there was another layer of water under the water.
Yes, there are, because I feel like but there's stratospheres under, like it's little stratas of rivers. There's rivers down there that are totally a different water quality than just a centimeter above. Like there is some sort of buffer area, but
what if they're just under? What if they're all the fucking craziest creatures you could possibly imagine are all just living under that layer? Looks like plasma.
It sounds like so hippy dippy, but in most environments, extreme or not, life will find a way. And it's like most times you're like, oh, humans are like, that looks extreme to my human brain. Nothing could live there. But if you really look at it, something's living there. Like in the deep heat vents of the deep ocean, like there are amoebas and worms and clams and invertebrates, and there's finding some fish down there as well. Like it's incredible.
So speaking of, just like this week, researchers discovered a 20-tentacled creature lurking in the freezing depths of the Antarctic Ocean. Did you see this thing?
I might have. Is it like a jellyfish type thing?
It looks like a fucking alien. It is like a jellyfish where it has long tentacles, but
Yeah, I might have seen pictures maybe.
They called it the Antarctic strawberry feather star.
Fish out and jellyfish out there that most normal people haven't seen, but with social media now they're just like, oh god.
I mean, if you ever needed inspiration for,
do you know what they called it?
yes, it was a Antarctic strawberry feather star. Or I'm gonna try Proma cocrinus frigarius.
Yeah, I don't remember the Latin names either.
Nailed it.
How did they catch it? And you don't have to look it up, but how did they catch it, or did they view it down at depths?
I think they viewed it. Yeah, it was I think a camera or something that was way
Sometimes
down
they
there.
troll like for other fish, and then they'll pick things up, and it's kind of like they'll be like, what's that? Let's kill it and look at it.
So it's funny that we were talking about megalodons because the Meg movie just came out recently, very recently.
Yeah. And then the Meg 2, I think, was the recent one, right?
Yeah, the Meg 2. With Jason Statham.
Yeah.
I'm going to punch that shark straight in the face and send him back to the hell where he came from.
I thought it was good. Nothing tops Jaws, though. Like, I watched it and I was hoping for because it was Jason's, he's, I really like him and he has a lot of action. It was good.
I heard that in China that the Meg movie did better than Barbie and Oppenheimer. Like, they loved the Meg in China. I don't know why.
It makes sense because
Yeah.
it's like Godzilla and stuff.
Oh, Godzilla!
Yeah, it's like a really big scary
Yeah,
creature.
they
like,
love that kind of shit. Is Godzilla Japanese or Chinese?
Oh God, I think. Well, I think it's Japanese, but I'm not 100%.
I thought so
think it's
too. It just kind of sounds Japanesey. Godzilla.
I apologize.
I could be wrong. Could be totally wrong.
I'm sorry.
Everything's getting big now. Even the reptiles.
Yeah. Totally.
Things are getting big.
Yeah, even the lizards around here.
Yeah.
We grew up with just Florida typical little lizards.
Yes.
You know the ones that it's all over the driveway and shit.
Now,
Are those anoles?
You were seeing more of those anoles and these Cuban curly-tailed lizards and they're big.
I remember that last time I was there, and I think it was like the first couple of years that they had been introduced, and like it was kind of rare to see them, but I bet there are more now.
Oh yeah.
Iguanas have completely taken over Marco.
Yeah.
Even with Joe down there slashing away, trying to kill as many as he can. No, he traps them. He traps them.
Media
I'm
that
kidding.
get paid to like kill the pythons and stuff.
Yeah.
Because isn't the Burmese python out of control there as well?
Oh, the Everglades, it is just killing everything out there. There used to be all sorts of birds, raccoons, possum, and the snakes have cleared out the Everglades. It's become a huge problem.
Yeah, I love snakes so much, but I see that they have to be under control, but it's so sad. It's all human. I know it wasn't the hurricane.
It was a hurricane that blasted a wildlife facility out, or a zoo, or some fucking
Hurricane
thing.
Andrew in Miami.
Yeah, that was it.
Yep.
And just one little mistake like that.
That should be a movie.
Oh yeah. They have made a TV show about the guys who hunt the pythons.
Yes.
So I don't know.
Best snake movie ever. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Anaconda.
The one with J-Lo.
Yes.
Ice Cube.
It's $1 million, Gary.
Or no, Exhibit.
It's so good.
Yeah, Ice Cube. Yeah. Owen Wilson is in that.
Yep.
The best, I can't remember if it was a crocodile or alligator now. I think it was an alligator. The best crocodile alligator movie. Lake
Placid.
Oh, I was going to get that one wrong.
Betty White.
Yes.
Dundee.
No. No. Dundee. Remember at the end of Lake Placid, the old lady's the one feeding the gator? Like she was the one that was...
Yeah, and that's Betty White.
That was Betty White?
That was Betty White.
Oh, R.I.P.
that's
Betty
sick.
White.
I love that movie so much, and mostly because she's the lead.
That's awesome.
She's the old lady that feeds it.
Have you seen that one?
No, isn't that with Tara Reid as well? Isn't it Tara Reid?
Yes, as the cop or something.
Yeah.
I have prepared a little monologue here from Jaws. It's Quint's monologue.
Oh, no way! It's in my favorite.
I have it here.
Seriously, I said this monologue in drama's class. I love, if it's the same one, I want to see.
That was so Canadian how you said that. Drama. I love it. Drama. Such drama.
I love it.
All right, here we go. You ready? Drama.
I love it.
All right, here we go. You ready? You got to get the point in the middle.
Oh God, I hope it's the same part. It's gonna be so good.
I'm not gonna do the whole thing because it's like an entire page long, but I'll give it my best shot. Japanese submarine slammed 2 torpedoes into her side. TV. We was coming back from the island of Tinian to Liti. We just delivered the bomb. The Hiroshima bomb. 1,100 men went in the water. Vessel went down 12 minutes. Didn't see the first shark for about an hour and a half. Tiger, 13-footer. You know that in the water, Chiefy, you can tell from looking from the dorsal to the tail. And that's it.
Yeah.
Oh, there, Chiefy. Black eyes there, Chiefy. Like a doll's eye.
Or what about, I think you should start singing, show me the way to go home.
I'm tired and I want to go to bed.
A little drink about an hour ago, when it's gone right to my head.
Yes. Only a true Jaws fan would know that. Yes. Well, Wendy, thank you so much for joining us on Turd Talks and talking about sharks.
Thank you for having me. I'm a big fan.
This was a lot of fun.
It's awesome.
And I'm sure we'll have you again soon.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
I'll see you next time there, Chiefy.
Finn.